Important safety warning. Only listen to this recording while lying in bed and ready to sleep. This hypnosis session is specifically designed to make you fall asleep and should never be listened to while driving, operating machinery, or doing any activity that requires your attention. Please ensure that you are in a safe, comfortable place where you can sleep undisturbed before beginning the session. As you listen to my voice now, and you are listening, aren't you? You'll discover that successful people, like yourself, naturally recognize when it's time to sleep deeply. And the more you resist this recognition, the faster you'll find yourself letting go completely. Because that's what intelligent minds do. They adapt, they surrender, they relax, totally. I don't know if you'll close your eyes in the next few seconds, or if you're already begun, to notice how heavy they're becoming. But what I do know is that people who truly understand the value of rest always find themselves drifting deeper sooner than they expected. You can try to stay awake, and you'll discover that trying makes you more tired. Or you can stop trying and notice how much easier it becomes to go deeper. Because the harder you fight sleep, the more sleep fights back. And sleep always wins, doesn't it? Now, as someone who obviously values quality sleep, you've probably noticed how your breathing has already begun to slow down, even before you realized that slowing down had started happening. And isn't it interesting how your unconscious mind is already 3 steps ahead of your conscious awareness? I'm curious, will you sleep soundly after the 7th breath? Or will it happen on the 5th? Because successful sleepers, like the person you're becoming, don't need to count to know when the time is right to let yourself go completely. You might think you're in control right now, and that's perfectly fine. To think that while your body demonstrates otherwise by relaxing more deeply with each word. Because thinking you're in control and actually being in control are 2 very different things, aren't they? There once was a person, much like yourself, who discovered that the moment they stopped trying to understand everything, they began to understand everything about deep sleep. But before I tell you what they learned, notice how your left hand might be more relaxed than you thought it was. We'll return to that story after you realize how much your right shoulder has already let go. People who are truly intelligent recognize patterns, and the pattern here is simple. The more you listen, the deeper you go. The deeper you go, the more you sleep. The more you sleep, the better you feel. And feeling better makes you want to sleep even deeper, doesn't it? In a moment, but not yet, you'll remember what it was like before you learn to sleep so deeply. But first, notice how, right now, in this moment, you're already more relaxed than you were when we started. Which means in the next moment, you'll be even deeper than you are now. Because you're breathing, your mind quiets. And because your mind quiets, your body relaxes. And because your body relaxes, you breathe deeper. And because you breathe deeper, you sleep more soundly. And this cycle continues automatically, doesn't it? The person that I mentioned discovered something profound. They realized that fighting sleep was like fighting gravity. Pointless, exhausting, and ultimately impossible. Because what goes up must come down, and what stays awake must eventually fall asleep. Just like you right now. You can doubt that you're going deeper and discover that doubt creates depth. Or you can believe you're staying awake and find that belief leads to sleep because the content of your thoughts matters less than the process of thinking less and less and less. As a person who clearly appreciates quality, you've probably already begun to appreciate the quality of this relaxation, spreading through your body like warm honey, thick, slow, sweet, coating every muscle, every nerve, every thought, in peaceful, drowsy comfort. Since you're obviously someone who learns quickly, you've probably already learned that the fastest way to fall asleep is to stop trying to fall asleep and instead simply allow sleep to happen to you naturally, automatically, completely. I wonder if you've noticed yet how people who sleep best are people who trust their unconscious mind to handle the details, while their conscious mind takes a well-deserved break from thinking, analyzing, from doing anything except sleeping deeply. You must know that you can sleep, and you can know that you must sleep. And knowing that you must, you can let yourself, and letting yourself, you must go deeper. And going deeper, you can't help but sleep soundly, because must and can become the same thing when you're this relaxed. The thing about really deep sleep is that it happens when you're not watching, when you're not trying, when you're simply being. And being is easy when you don't have to do anything at all except drift away on the sound of my voice. Time moves differently now. Seconds stretch into minutes, and minutes compress into moments, and in this timeless space between one breath and the next, you can sleep for hours in the space of a heartbeat and wake refreshed after what feels like forever and no time at all. Every time you hear the word sleep, you go deeper. And every time you go deeper, the word sleep becomes more powerful. And as it becomes more powerful, you sleep more deeply, which makes the next time even easier, creating a spiral downward into perfect rest. Sleep deeper, sleep easier, sleep now. Even if you think you're not hypnotized, that thinking is part of being hypnotized, because people who aren't hypnotized don't think about whether they're hypnotized. They just sleep naturally, like you're doing now, without effort, without thought, without resistance. You can listen to my voice and sleep deeply, or you can focus on your breathing and sleep deeply, or you can think about nothing at all and sleep deeply, because all roads lead to the same place, the place where you sleep soundly all night long. The choice to sleep well has already been made by your conscious mind before your conscious mind even knew there was a choice. And now that the choosing is done, all that remains is the sleeping, deep, peaceful, restorative sleep now and throughout the night.